There's a stirring in the heavens. Something is shifting. July is not just another month on the calendar, it is the battlefield of destiny. A divine announcement has gone forth. The voice of the Lord has echoed through the silence. Tell my people, 5 events are coming in July 2025. Prepare them, warn them, strengthen them, remind them that I do nothing without revealing it first to my prophets. And now this is that revelation. This is not a message of fear, but of clarity, not panic, but positioning, because what you do in July will determine where you stand when heaven opens its next chapter. There is a throne that has looked unshakable, built on pride, established in secret, but July 2025 marks the beginning of its collapse. God said, I will shake what men thought could never be moved. The systems of power, political figures and corporate giants, those who have mocked righteousness and elevated greed, will start to feel tremors under their feet. It won't be in plain sight at first, but you'll hear the cracks if you're listening. The shaking won't just be financial, it will be spiritual. It will expose motives, unveil alliances, and strip false coverings from those pretending to carry light. But hear this, the shaking is not to destroy, it's to reveal. God is making room for his chosen ones. He is clearing a stage, not just for judgment, but for justice. Those who've remained faithful in secret will soon be known in public. The Lord said, I am toppling altars built in my name that I never authorized. Churches built on performance will begin to feel empty. Leaders who traded truth for popularity will be exposed. In July, God is cleaning his house before he visits it. But here is the key for you. Don't fear the shaking. Stand firm in it. If you have built your life on Christ, you will not fall. You are not part of what is being shaken. You are the remnant he is raising. Stay rooted, stay awake. The month of July 2025 will not arrive quietly. It will not slip in unnoticed. It will come like thunder, roaring across the skies of the spirit and the natural alike. God has declared it. This will be the month of divine shaking, not just a disturbance, not just a tremble, but a holy upheaval. What has stood tall in pride, built on the backs of the broken, erected without righteousness, will begin to collapse. Thrones that looked immovable will be shaken to their core. Platforms built on personality rather than purity will start to crack. Systems that silence the voice of God will find themselves unable to speak at all. This shaking will start in high places, governments, institutions, and yes, even churches. It won't always look dramatic at first. Some of it will be subtle. A resignation here, a financial scandal there, a private fall that suddenly goes public. But make no mistake, this is not man's doing. It is the Lord himself who is shaking what must be shaken, not to harm, but to reveal, not to destroy, but to purify. He is toppling altars that were never built for him. He is tearing down what men called sacred, but heaven called strange. Fire. There are people in positions of power today who have mocked righteousness for years. They've hidden corruption behind good PR. They've manipulated the vulnerable in the name of God. But July marks the turning of the tide. It is the beginning of exposure. The Holy Spirit whispered, enough. This is the month where secret sins will lose their covering, where the anointing will depart from performers and the mantle will fall on the humble. God is not afraid to confront his own house. In fact, judgment always begins in the house of the Lord. So don't be surprised when churches start experiencing internal tremors, when well-known leaders begin stepping down, when ministries built on entertainment rather than truth begin to dry up. The applause of man cannot sustain what the Spirit of God has not endorsed. The fog is lifting, the masks are falling, and the line between the holy and the profane is being drawn. But here's the comfort. For the righteous, this shaking is not a threat. It's a confirmation. If your life has been built on the foundation of Jesus Christ, you will not be moved. You are not part of the systems being judged. You are the remnant being raised. The shaking is not meant to break you. It's meant to break the ground around you, so that something new can be planted, something eternal, something unshakable, something unite. This is why you must not fear. Do not panic when you hear the tremors. Do not mourn when idols fall. Do not be confused when things that once looked stable suddenly dissolve. It's all part of heaven's plan. The fire is coming not to consume the faithful, but to refine them. And once the dust settles, those who have stood through the storm will shine brighter than ever before. So take your place, strengthen your foundation, check your altar. Who is it built for? Purge the compromise, remove the distractions, because when the shaking comes, it's too late to prepare. You must be rooted before the storm hits. July is not the month to play with your faith. It's the month to stand firm, eyes fixed on the Lord, knowing that while the world trembles, the remnant will rise. This shaking is not punishment, it's positioning. God is clearing the stage for something greater. He's making room for voices that carry fire, for hearts that carry truth, for lives that carry His presence without mixture. July is not the end, it's the breaking of the shell so that destiny can be born. There is a sound coming from heaven, and it's not aimed at the well-known stages or the spotlight dwellers. It's not echoing in the halls of the famous or the platforms of the polished. It's whispering in the caves, in the corners, in the quiet rooms where the hidden ones have been praying, weeping, waiting. The world may not know their names, but heaven does. And July 2025 is the month God says, "Come forth." This is the moment of unveiling, the hour when the hidden warriors will rise. For years, some have walked in silence, misunderstood, overlooked, and even mocked. You've served when no one clapped. You've obeyed when no one affirmed. You've fasted in secret, cried in secret, warred in secret, and still remained faithful. You weren't trying to be known, you were just trying to obey. While others chased popularity, you chased purity. While others built platforms, you built altars. And now, in this divine season, God is reaching into obscurity and calling your name. He is calling the Davids who were left in the field while others stood in front of Samuel. He is calling the Esthers who have been hidden behind palace walls, prepared for such a time as this. He is calling the Josephs who have endured prison with integrity and now stand on the edge of purpose. July 2025 is when the unseen becomes undeniable. And it won't be man who chooses you, it will be God who anoints you. You won't need to market yourself. You won't need to force open doors. The Spirit of God is your advocate. Heaven is your agent. And when God lifts you, no one can pull you down. The rise will be sudden, but it will not be shallow. It will be birthed from years of dying to self, from seasons of breaking that no one saw, from moments where you could have quit, but instead, you chose to trust. The world will be surprised. People will ask, where did they come from? But they don't understand. This didn't start in July. This started years ago in the dark, when you said yes to God with trembling hands and a broken heart. What looks like a sudden elevation is really the result of deep roots. And now, what was buried is about to bloom. This rising will not look like what the world expects. It won't be defined by fame or Instagram followers. It will be marked by fire, by holiness, by a weight of glory that cannot be imitated. These hidden ones carry something real, something dangerous to darkness. And that's why God has kept them hidden until now. Because the world wasn't ready. But July 2025 is not just about readiness, it's about release. Don't mistake this rising as just personal breakthrough. It's not just about you getting promoted, it's about the kingdom advancing. God is raising generals, not celebrities. He's raising intercessors, not entertainers. He's raising builders of His kingdom, not empires for themselves. The hidden ones are not looking to be admired, they're looking to see revival. So if you're one of them, hear this: your time is near. Don't get discouraged if you still feel overlooked. The trumpet is about to sound. The invitation is about to be delivered. The mantle is about to fall. And when it does, walk through the door boldly. Don't apologize for your anointing. Don't shrink to make others comfortable. You paid a price for this moment. You were forged in fire for this hour. Heaven has seen you, and now the earth will too. July is not just your moment of rising. It is your moment of revealing. Heaven is speaking, and this time it's not just through prophets or preachers. It's through creation itself. July 2025 will carry prophetic weight, not only in the spiritual realm but in the natural realm as well. The skies will speak. The winds will cry out. The ground beneath our feet will echo the voice of God. We are entering a month where nature becomes His mouthpiece, and the elements align with eternity's agenda. This is not poetic exaggeration, this is divine reality. God has always used nature to communicate His will to His people, From the parting of the Red Sea to the 3 hours of darkness at the crucifixion, creation responds to the Creator. And in July 2025, we will see this truth unfold again, on a level many have not witnessed in their lifetime. The Lord said, I will cause the earth to groan with my message. When men refuse to hear, the winds will speak. When leaders stay silent, the storms will shout. This is not about random weather, it is about deliberate signs. The atmosphere will be charged with prophetic meaning. There will be events that seem scientifically explainable but spiritually undeniable. Sudden lightning strikes, heat waves in unusual regions, torrential rain disrupting major gatherings. These are not coincidences. They are declarations. God is using nature to warn, to guide, to confirm. Those who are spiritually awake will recognize the patterns. They will discern the message behind the thunder. They will understand that every gust of wind is more than weather. It's a whisper from the throne room. In July, watch the skies. Pay attention to how creation behaves. Watch how the oceans swell, how the trees seem to tremble. There will be days when the sky seems restless, when the air feels heavy, not from humility, but from holiness. These are the moments when God is passing by. Just like Elijah, who heard God not in the earthquake or fire, but in a still small voice, we must be attentive to the language of nature. Animals will begin to move strangely, birds will gather in odd formations, bees will swarm in places they never have. Even pets may react to spiritual disturbances that eyes cannot see. The spirit realm will press so closely into the physical that even the earthbound will feel it. This is not to create fear, but to awaken awareness. The earth is not broken, it is groaning. Romans 8 tells us that creation itself is waiting for the revealing of the sons of God. July is one of those moments. A time when creation cries, it's time. Wake up, step in, take your place. Those who walk with God must become interpreters of the signs. Just as the wise men followed the star to find Jesus, we must follow the signs in creation to find what God is saying now. Every unusual occurrence in July is not something to dismiss, it's something to discern. And this will not just be public, it will be personal. God will speak to his children through creation in intimate ways. A sudden breeze during prayer that feels like a kiss from heaven. A rainbow that appears during a moment of deep doubt. A storm that breaks the moment you cry out. These are not small things. They are love notes from a God who knows how to get your attention. So open your eyes, open your ears. In July 2025, even the wind will carry prophecy. Even the rain will bring revelation. You won't just need a preacher to hear God. All of creation will be preaching. All of it will be pointing to the King who is drawing near. July 2025 is not just a month of miracles, it is a month of separation. A divine line is being drawn, not to condemn, but to distinguish. God is no longer allowing the sacred and the profane to blend unnoticed. This is the season where the difference between those who are truly His and those who are merely present will become painfully obvious. There will be no more middle ground, no more spiritual camouflage. The fire is coming to expose what's real and consume what's false. In this season, God is marking His people, not with outward signs, but with inner consecration. A fire is being lit inside those who are fully surrendered. It will be undeniable. You won't have to announce your anointing. Your presence will provoke conviction. Your words will carry weight. Your worship will carry fire. And at the same time, those who have only performed religious routines will begin to feel the distance. They may still know the words, but the presence will not rest on them the same way. The separation is spiritual, but it will manifest relationally. Friendships that once felt natural may now feel strained. Places where you once belonged may begin to feel foreign. It's not offense, it's refinement. God is removing you from tables that no longer feed your spirit. He's calling you out of spaces where your fire is being suffocated. This isn't rejection, it's redirection. He's moving you into alignment with your assignment. There is a separation coming even in the church. Not all pulpits will carry oil in July. Not every gathering will host His glory. The days of religious entertainment are numbered. Churches that have compromised truth for popularity will see their influence fade. God is searching for purity, not performance. For hunger, not hype. He's marking houses of worship where His Spirit is welcomed, and He's removing His presence from those who use His name but deny His power. Some believers will be offended by this move of God because it won't look inclusive, it won't accommodate comfort, it will challenge lifestyles, disrupt routines and expose hidden motives, but the faithful will recognize it for what it is: a holy purification. God is not trying to push people away, He's calling them to come higher. He's calling them out of mixture, out of lukewarmness, out of compromise. This separation isn't about who attends church, it's about who hosts His presence. Many will still fill pews, but only a few will carry the glory. God is not impressed by numbers, He's drawn to surrender. And in July the difference will show. You will be able to sense it when someone speaks, whether they're speaking from experience or just echoing information. You will be able to discern it in worship, whether it's entertainment or a true offering. The Spirit will reveal the difference. If you feel the tension, don't resist it, embrace it. The distance you feel from certain people or places is part of the process. It means God is calling you deeper. He's separating you not because you're better, but because He's preparing you for more. He's cleansing the vessel before filling it. He's removing the noise so you can hear Him clearly. The month of July is a testing ground. It will reveal who is willing to go all in and who is satisfied with staying near the edge. God is searching for those who will say, even if it costs me comfort, I choose consecration. Even if I lose followers, I choose faithfulness. Even if I walk alone, I will walk holy. Because in the days ahead, it will not be enough to simply believe. You will have to be bold. You will have to be set apart. July is your invitation to leave the crowd and follow the cloud, to walk the narrow road, not the popular one, to be marked, not just counted. The separation is not punishment, it's preparation. And those who embrace it will carry a glory the world has yet to see. There is a door opening in July 2025, and it is not one made by human hands. It is not an opportunity crafted by man or marketed through influence. It is a divine opening from heaven itself. A spiritual portal is being released over the earth, and it is calling the hungry, the desperate, the pure-hearted to enter. This is a holy moment, a sacred invitation, and it is not to be taken lightly. God is saying, I am drawing near to my people in a way that has not been seen for generations. Those who seek me will find me, not in theory, but in power. This open door is more than a feeling. It is access. Access into dimensions of His glory, revelation, and intimacy that few have known. Dreams will increase. Visions will intensify. Angelic activity will become more frequent. The veil between the natural and the spiritual will become paper thin for those who live consecrated. God is pouring out prophetic insight to those who have positioned themselves through prayer and purity. Secrets of heaven will be whispered in the ears of those who have proven trustworthy in the quiet place. Children will prophesy with clarity that silences adults. Elders who thought their season had passed will suddenly burn with fresh fire. Those who have never heard God's voice before will begin to recognize His whisper in their spirit. It will not be reserved for spiritual elites. This door is opening for the hungry, for the humble, for the broken-hearted and the pure in heart. But this door is time-sensitive. It is not open forever. There is an urgency in this season. A divine countdown has begun. Heaven is calling. Come up here, come closer, come deeper. But those who delay, those who are distracted, those who flirt with sin in one hand while trying to reach for God with the other, they will miss it. Not because God doesn't love them, but because access is always tied to obedience. The door will not wait for indecision. Worship will become encounters, not just songs. Prayer will shift from routine to revelation. You will find yourself lingering in His presence without effort, because the door is open. But you must walk through it. You must create space for the encounter. You must make room in your heart and in your schedule to be with Him. This is not the season to casually approach God. It is the season to tremble and enter boldly, to pray with tears again, to fast not just for breakthrough but for communion, to turn off the noise and tune into the whisper. Those who prioritize His presence in July will experience breakthroughs that years of striving could not produce. This divine access will bring answers to long-standing prayers, ideas for business, strategies for ministry, clarity for relationships. But more than anything, it will bring the greatest treasure, Himself. God is offering Himself to His people in a way that will change them forever. Not just to work for Him, but to walk with Him, to know His heart, to feel His grief, to rejoice in his joy, to partner with him in the earth. Many have prayed, God, use me. But he's responding with something deeper. Let me be with you. This is the secret to true power. Not striving, not performing, but proximity, abiding, remaining in him until you no longer move in your own strength. The open door in July is for those who will respond in surrender, for those who will kneel before they speak, for those who will empty themselves so they can be filled. This is not hype, it is holy. And those who walk through this door will carry a fragrance, a weight, a glory that others will recognize, not as talent, but as the presence of God. July is the month to step into divine access, to walk through what no man can close. The door is open. Will you enter? July 2025 will not simply be another month on the calendar. It will be a divine crossroads, a spiritual turning point, a holy invitation and a solemn warning wrapped into one. Everything that has been building, all 5 events, the shaking, the rising of the hidden ones, the signs in nature, the separation of the faithful, and the open door to God's presence, are converging into one climactic moment of decision. God is saying clearly, this is the month to choose. This is the month where destinies are sealed and directions are set. What you decide in July will echo far beyond these 31 days. It will set the tone for the rest of the year, and even for years to come. Some will look back on July 2025 as the moment everything shifted, the moment they responded to God with full surrender and were launched into purpose. Others may look back and mourn the opportunities they missed, the invitations they ignored, the doors they never walked through because of fear, distraction, or compromise. The Spirit of God is not calling for half-hearted faith. He is not interested in lukewarm obedience. He is seeking those who will burn, those who will choose Him above comfort, above opinion, above worldly success. This is the season to lay down the excuses and pick up your cross, to stop waiting for the perfect time and realize, this is it, this is the time, this is the hour, this is the month where heaven is demanding an answer. You cannot straddle the fence in this season. The fence is being removed. You are either in or out, surrendered or resistant, available or distracted. There is no more room for indecision, no more time to casually consider obedience. The time to prepare is not later, it is now. Some will receive divine assignments in July. God will speak clearly. Start that ministry, leave that place, forgive that person, break off that relationship, step into that unknown. These instructions will require faith, but they will be followed by divine favor. Delayed obedience will be costly, but immediate obedience will unlock acceleration. For some, July will be the moment they stop running from God's call. You've known He's been pulling you closer, but you've resisted. You've buried the calling under busyness. You've drowned out His voice with entertainment, responsibilities, or fear. But July won't let you ignore Him anymore. The presence will be too heavy, the signs will be too clear, the urgency too loud. You will either yield or harden. And yet, even in this sobering moment, God is not calling with anger. He is calling with love. His voice is not demanding, it is longing. He is saying, come home, come higher, come closer. You don't have to keep wandering. You don't have to keep delaying. Everything you're longing for is in me. Everything you're afraid to lose cannot compare to what I'm ready to give you. This is the moment to break cycles, to silence the lies that say you're not worthy, not ready, not enough. God is not calling the perfect, He's calling the willing. He's not looking for performance, He's looking for surrender. And if you give Him your yes in July, He will give you more than you could ever imagine. The decisions you make this month will shape your identity, your destiny, and your impact. Choose faith over fear. Choose purity over compromise. Choose purpose over convenience. Choose God over everything. July 2025 is not random. It is not ordinary. It is prophetic. It is sacred. It is strategic. This is the month where heaven watches to see who will rise, who will respond, who will walk through the open door and never look back. Let it be said of you that when heaven called, you answered. When the moment came, you stood. When destiny knocked, you opened. July is not the end of something, it's the beginning of everything. Decide now. Destiny won't wait.